Good afternoon to you all. It looks a little bit like the Greek Isles here in Sydney this afternoon. It's not. Beautiful harbour picture here on a magnificent Sunday afternoon in July. We welcome you to the North Sydney Oval. Glorious conditions for this vital match between the Bears and the Magpies, Norths and Wests, and a big crowd in attendance. Been building up gradually right throughout the afternoon for this match, which really can decide the future as far as the top half of the semi-finals are concerned. Especially for one of these sides, the famous Moreton Bay, well and truly occupied. Standing room only in front of the main grandstand. And this ground that is certainly one of the most beautiful rugby league grounds in the world. For that matter, one of the most beautiful cricket grounds in the world. The Jason Taylor fan club is here. And North Sydney certainly do have to advance today. Tony Ray enters the field here at Bear Park, knowing full well that with a win to Manly last night on the Gold Coast, the loser of today's match is in real trouble in the top 5 of the semi-finals. They can drop out of the 3, the Bears. Fennick will have to be at his best. They call him the king here now at North Sydney, and the Bears #1. Maybe we're about to see them at their best in this match. Halligan, the point scorer, the leading point scorer of the Winfield Cup, out on the wings in this lineup. Couple of changes. Wilson at fullback, Hall, MacArthur, Conlon, Halligan, Florimo, Soden, Larson, McPhail, Fennick, Tilray, Jarvis. The coach is Steve Martin. Western Suburbs are in exactly the same position as the Bears, on 22 points in the Winfield Cup. They have to win also to stay in the top 3. They have been deadly most of the season. And as that side also suggests, there's been plenty of power amongst the forwards. Shane Flanagan, the new man in the lineup for West this afternoon. Some vital changes there as well. Devine, Simons, Farah, Casado, Ainscote. Litton goes from lock to 5'8". Taylor, the halfback, Wynn from second row to lock. Gibbs, Thomas from hooker to second row. Jackson, Flanagan in the raking position. Britt, the coach, is Warren Ryan. Jason Taylor, a young man who has really kept this Western Suburbs machine rolling. We stand by for the national anthem.
So let us rejoice, for we are young and free, with golden soil and wealth of toil, all armies girt by sea. Our land abounds with nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
David Lemke leading the way there from the Australian Opera Company with the national anthem. The referee for this MMI big game, Mr. Greg McCallum. And a packed North Sydney Oval where the ground record was set this year in a clash against Balmain, 19,562. Every chance of that crowd record being busted today. Halligan gets us underway. And down for Litton, who just slips before the ball came to him. And Litton moving from lock forward to 5'8". Some vital changes made by Warren Ryan.
It's indeed, Graham. In fact, I believe that change has been made to strengthen the defensive capacity of Western Suburbs. Warren Ryan has got a big rap on Greg Florimo, the 5'8" for North Sydney, and the same on the other side of the coin. He doesn't really take much pride in Ivan Henjak's defence. He's a bit worried about that, hence the change.
Fennick was homing in there. Now he chases Thomas across the paddock. 32 out from their own line, West. Taylor with the kick. A little bit of pressure on him. He gets it in well down to Wilson. Wilson towards the sideline. Both these teams improve on their position from this stage last year. 22 Winfield Cup points, especially West, who were only on 11 in round 17 in 1990. And the for and against similar. Western Suburbs showing the way in attack. Although it's the Bears with the first break. And away for the try out of nothing, Wilson. The Magpies were blown apart. They just opened up. The Bears grab an important first try on the MMI replay. Conlon just went straight through. Plenty of support from Wilson. And Norths with a shock here against the Magpies.
A big shock because Paul Conlon just came on the burst through the centre of a normally strong Western Suburbs forward lineup. Good support here from Scotty Wilson, and the rest is history. But that Western Suburbs forward defence, very, very, very brittle, and you go a long way before you see that happen again.
Wilson with this shock try in the opening moment. And it was Flanagan and Jackson who missed in the defensive lineup. Simple tackles, and you can look at the shocks on the faces of West. .44 from 77. A little over 57% for Halligan. Right down the middle. The perfect start for the Bears at home in front of a big crowd. 6-0.
Carl Halligan, North 6, West 0.
The North Sydney coach, Steve Martin, probably wasn't in the game plan, but he would be overjoyed at that beginning.
About 5 minutes.
Taylor with the restart for Western Suburbs. Some fans still trying to get into the ground, wouldn't have had time to reach their seats. A real shock, Bill.
It sure was, Graham, on a picture postcard day, but just the start that North Sydney needed. By their own admission, they've been flat over the last month, but that's going to spark them.
A little bit of a breeze behind the Bears.
Yeah, a little bit. There's not that much to talk about, but no doubt the sides that are defending that southern end, North's in the first half and West in the second, will try to use what there is.
Jarvis running strongly here. They nearly get to 40 metres out, Norths. Toole. Big clash in the middle. Jackson was put down by Toole. Soden under pressure. Back for Wilson, who isn't. A good bounce for Norths over the head of Devine. Chance here to get him nearly 10 metres out from his own line. The afternoon certainly started on the right note for the Magpies in the lower grades. Good winners in the President's Cup, 24-16, and big winners in reserves, 26-10. Now, the ball comes apart from Casado. McCallum said we'll pack it down for a scrub.
Yeah, Casado wasn't too happy about this. He thought that Pat Jarvis came from an offside position, and one wonders whether that was true.
Looks as though it should have been a penalty to West. MacArthur just outside the 22. Kiss was listed to start the game on the wing. They went for MacArthur, and that forced Hall out onto the wing. Soden. Bad pass away from Florimo. Plenty of courage there from MacArthur to go in quickly. Fennick. Every time he touches at Bear Park, the crowd comes alive. Jarvis now with a strong run. They're really serving it up to the Western Suburbs forwards. On the last Norths. Back to Soden. Bomb. Devine coming from the back. Florimo gets it on the last. West come up with it, though. Everybody stood around looking and waiting. Florimo decided to go for it. And Devine coming from the deep, trying to get there. And Devine out-jumped by Florimo.
Yeah, this match, Graham, could come down to very much to the forward encounter. And
West on the break, forward pass to Devine. So a bit of a threat from the Magpies, but Casado's pass a little bit too late and thrown easily forward to Devine.
And as I was saying, this match could easily come down to the forward encounter, and it's two very strong packs out there. And in the end, it could come down to how much Western Suburbs missed David Gillespie, who was very much their strong man around the centre of the rucks.
No doubt the Bears will be missing Peter Jackson, who will be on test duty Wednesday night. Now Hall.
But they've still got the man that's their best boy in years, and that's him with the ball now. Mario Fennick. He's given them toughness and the belief in themselves that they can beat anyone.
And they are firing the forward pack early, Bill.
They sure are. They're getting over that advantage line and making North Sydney wear them. Making West wear them.
Now it's Larson getting a couple of passes wide. The ball across Jarvis to Toole. All the possession coming for North Sydney. They lead 6-0. Just one more tackle for Soden, who goes wide. Florimo, the outside backs look to be in front of Florimo when he kicked that. And well read by Greg McCallum. They just overran him when he propped to set himself for the kick. Easily picked up here. 2 and 3 of them, all in the outside backline area in front of him.
And there's no excuses for that, Graham. It was a planned move. They'd obviously talked about it, yet they were still offside. That's just a lack of discipline.
Please get down off the roof.
Jackson. Great defence from North Sydney.
That's powerful defence in there. Steve Jackson's a big man, very hard to push back, and North Sydney are attacking Western Suburbs at that advantage line in defence as well.
Bustling tactics from the Bears, trying to upset this Western Suburbs side. 100% record at home this year, the Bears. West looking for a bit of a break. They needed that ball to cross the sideline, but it falls nicely for Wilson. This ground in beautiful condition, North Sydney Oval. So late in the season as well. Now Florimo. Strong run from dummy half sends West backwards. Fennick on a short blindside. Quick play of the balls.
Pretty brittle Western Suburbs defence, 2 and 3 tackles. North Sydney have made 20 metres upfield.
McPhail head down. Not as much success as some of the forwards like Fennick and Jarvis. Soden. Great opportunity for Mark Soden in this lineup for North Sydney, replacing Jason Martin. It was Soden who was injured in this corresponding round last year, and that's when Martin replaced him in the number 7 jumper. Now he gets his chance to get it back 12 months later.
Yeah, he's been struggling to get his spot back. In fact, this is the first time that he's had that opportunity to establish another spot in crack at first grade. But a very talented player, as we saw a few weeks ago, came on and scored a match-winning try. Loads of pace, and he's a player that will have to be watched throughout this match.
Jackson. The call back inside to win. Now outside to Casado. Casado gets it away. Simon's taking on. Wilson steps in, beats Soden. So West reply with a try of their own. Great effort from Simons that sparks up the Magpie supporters. Some simple numbers out wide here. Jackson on the MMI replay found some room on the inside for Graham Wynn. He sent it straight back outside where they had numbers. Casado made sure that he drew Soden. Then it was a case of Wilson showing the sideline to the winger. He did that, but then he stepped inside Soden, who was on the wrong foot, and improved it well too. Great winger's try.
Yeah, the hard work in this try was done by this man, Steve Jackson. He drew 3 players into the tackle, yet was still able to get the ball away. That gave Western Suburbs the opportunity to make a big break upfield through an overlap, and Tony Casado drew Soden there. Now, Wayne Simons got the Players Player Award last week. He had a big game last week, and he showed here why he had a big game, because he's got a great step, a great fend, and is very, very strong. He's a very good finisher, and he scored the only try last week for Western Suburbs as well.
He makes it 3 tries in 91. Wayne Simons, the fitter and machinist from Western Suburbs, formerly with Penrith. So Norths now know how Western Suburbs felt a few moments ago. The Magpies have had little possession. Now it's this young man, Jason Taylor. 75% record this season, 56 from 74. Meters in from the sideline. He bangs it down the middle. So the perfect request for both sides now, and they lock it up at 6-all. Plenty of West supporters amongst this great crowd here at North Sydney. A young man, I said already, a legend, some believe. Halligan with the restart for the Bears. Down to Devine. He gets it back for Ainscough.
And both these sides, Graham, pride themselves on having a low mistake rate both in attack and defence, but already in this match we've seen that maybe the pressure of this match getting to both sides because they made some uncharacteristic errors, particularly in defence.
Well, there would be plenty of pressure for the Magpies. Their last win here at North Sydney Oval was 1987. And that is their only victory since 1981. So the last decade has been a long time between drinks.
It's been a graveyard for a lot of teams, Graham, including my team, Balmain, because it is very hard to win here. It's the shape of the ground, just the atmosphere it feels very much an alien ground to a lot of clubs.
You did well to mention that. The Tigers, I mean.
Actually, we had a good record against Norths overall, but we somewhat struggled here.
And you did well to mention that one too.
I got it out.
Halligan. North Sydney just outside the 22. Florimo. He gets it wide. Wilson into the back line, but he trips. McPhail ducking under a swinging arm from Gibbs. Now Toole. He slips. Soden to Larson. The ball was forward to Florimo, who was charging into a gap. Very quick call from McCallum. And Larson tried to draw the defence to him. Just forward there to Florimo.
As the scrum goes down, Graham MacArthur's on the sideline. He's left the field of play. Going back on now, but there's a lot of concern over his knee injury.
So MacArthur is listed in the centres. With that injury, has pushed himself out to the wing. In the last round, the Bears lost 20-4 to Canberra, whilst West are coming off a win against the Gold Coast 18-4. Jackson, who started that try off, gets another ball back, this time to Gibbs. Now Thomas. Thomas up the middle before finished off solidly by Fennick. Taylor. Over the head of Wilson. Good head on defence from Flanagan. The Bears with the scrums 3-1. Soden. Jarvis. Again, easy meters for him up the middle. MacArthur still off the field. Having that injury strap. Florimo, quick hands to Hall. He will take on Devine. Chip and chase. He's put down. Devine will be in the bin. No, he won't. Was it overdone or wasn't it? Right in front of a touch judge and a referee. They said it was overdone from Hall. They're probably right. He is entitled to turn his back. He doesn't have to get out of the way.
Touch judge right there on the spot.
Now Graham Wynn. They get short on that left side again. Wilson chasing. Simon's coming back on the inside. The second time the Bears have been caught out there. Thomas, quick play of the ball. The Magpies have him in trouble. Lennon. Oh, that's not. That was touch football. Plenty of players in the line and nobody even put a hand on him. The Magpies right next to the posts from one end to the other. As they go across on the MMI replay, Lytton just runs to the gap. 2 and 3 players there and nobody even put a hand on him.
Yeah, that's right, Graham. They weren't obviously talking in defence, and that was the problem. I mean, no communication there. Gary Larson left it for his teammate. As a result, a try scored.
So Lytton gets the easiest of tries. Two tries in 6 minutes for the Magpies. Right next to the post, this one for Taylor. This vital game started with a shock. A quick try to North Sydney, and now 2 quick tries to the Magpies. Taylor gets his second goal, and the Magpies now grab the lead, 12 points to 6. We mentioned the ground record could go here today, the famous Moreton Bay. Tickets were selling fast for the Branches earlier this afternoon.
There could be some supporters left out on the limb there, Graham.
I won't add anything to that. One of these sides is going to be out on a limb after this game. Somebody will drop out of the top 3 and be in a lot of danger within a fortnight of possibly being out of the 5.
Yeah, that first Western Suburbs try took a lot of the wind out of the sails of North Sydney. They've lost a bit of their enthusiasm and the speed at which they were moving up in defence.
Penalty goes against Western Suburbs, not playing the ball correctly. This can be a dangerous one for referees because so many players have hands on the man playing the ball. Now, was he under pressure here? He certainly had a hand in the middle of his back as he tried to get up. And the markers are not supposed to lay their hands on them.
Not supposed to touch the man playing the ball at all. They're supposed to stand immediately in front, but back from the man playing the ball.
This ball might end up amongst the Moreton Bay after this. It's right in front and about 30 metres out. Halligan went into this round 17 of the Winfield Cup with 136 points as the leading point scorer from 12 tries and 44 goals. He's added 1 more goal today. This goal to put the Bears within 4 points. Just what the doctor ordered. Western Suburbs 12, North Sydney 8. Talking about that record of Western Suburbs against North since 1981. Well, there's been 19 clashes and the Bears have won 17-2.
Not a bad psychological advantage.
Whilst there have been some good breaks in this game, coaches would be concerned, Bill, with this front-line defence.
A lot of it's got to do with what the opposition's doing, and the speed of play the ball here is terrific from both sides. They're getting to their feet quickly. They're forcing the play the balls. Before the defensive line is set, they're coming at you, and you know that's basically what you can put it down to. And here's another example.
West were getting wide on North Sydney's right-hand side of defence. Now the Bears nearly cop West short.
And you've got to give some credit to Greg McCallum too, keeping a big 5 metres, which opens the game up a lot.
Toole. 40 metres out from the west line. Soden. Driving this straight into the arms of Jamie Ainscoe.
Progress scores by the grounds. Cronulla 6,
Farah. A little jink from dummy half.
2, South 6, Illawarra 0, and Penrith 12.
Darren Brett back on the inside for Taylor. Ball quickly away for Farah, upended by Paul Conlon. Jackson looking to work the ball inside a lot. Nice stepping from Devine. Again, the kick from Taylor. This time straight to Wilson. Can't get away from big Graham Wynn. Larson standing wide, running off Mark Soden.
John MacArthur right in front of me, Graham. He's indicated to the bench that he can't go on. He's walked from the field, and Les Kiss moves on to take the baton.
So Les Kiss to replace MacArthur. As I said, Kiss was listed to start the game.
And plenty of ball movement from North Sydney as well, trying to get around these big Western Suburbs forwards.
McPhail, a familiar habit of his of ducking into some tackles. Tony Ray with a kick directly this time to the West fullback. Knocked down by Halligan. The scrum will go down, but still a dangerous ball there from Devine. That will make him think a little.
Yeah, that was a dangerous ploy. It was, in fact, an intercept which Greg Florimo took in the first round, which cost Western Suburbs dearly. It cost them the match.
So often you see those balls when they're attempted there, the intercept, they sit straight up for the man off his hand. So he could easily have been away, Halligan. Now Devine with a determined run from dummy half. Darren Brett strongly up to the front line of this North Sydney defence. Across the ruck goes Taylor for Wynn. Number of players slipping here in this match. Now Jackson. Back to Casado, quickly for Taylor. A cut-out pass now. Here's a straight ball for Kiss. Kiss is away. Farah comes across. Farah doesn't have the pace. Just how quickly the game can change. There was the shot from the Bears. West came back with plenty of character. Now they let it slip with a wild pass from Taylor. On the MMI replay, this is the first touch in this game for Les Kiss. What a dream start for him. It is a free run to the line. Didn't have to beat a tackle.
And I spoke about that intercept in the first round. It was this man, well not this man, but this man Jason Taylor, who threw that intercept pass in the first round. Hopefully from Western Suburbs' point of view, this pass won't cost them as dearly. Les Kiss on the spot. He's only been on the field for a couple of minutes, but then when he picked the ball up, it was a race against time. In fact, it was a race against Andrew Farah, who didn't quite have the legs to carry him over to pick up Les Kiss.
Make that seconds, I think, where he was just about on the paddock. And his first grade try this year, Les Kiss. %100% for Halligan. Great shot of the angle. Ground level from out wide. A little bit of breeze from his right shoulder to try and bring it around from his natural style. And around it comes. Great goal. Superb kick from Halligan. The Bears grab back the lead. It is 14-12. What a magic kick from Halligan to put the Bears in front. From the time it left his boot, it was headed for 2 points. He knew it wasn't even between the posts, and he was headed back to halfway. Great goal. Taylor with the kick down to Larson. Now to Adrian Toole. Bill, this ground looks perfect, but quite a few players have been slipping today.
Those with moulded soles are the ones that are slipping. It's quite a hard, fast surface, but the spikes and sprigs don't really stick into it. They just seem to go over the top of it, and the moulded soles are a problem. But Graham, a young man under a bit of pressure now is Jason Taylor. In the first round against Norths, Wayne's already mentioned that he threw a couple of intercepts, and Warren Ryan dropped him after that match, so he never played for a couple of weeks, then fought his way back, but he'll want to have a mistake-free one from here on in.
And Devine does slip again. Awkward bouncing ball for him.
It's noticeable too, Graham, that Western Suburbs are a little bit sluggish to get back and recover those kicks downfield. They'll need to improve in that area, otherwise they're conceding 3 and 4 tackles before they get their full complement of forwards back.
Flanagan in a dummy half. Ronnie Gibbs tidied up by Jarvis. Thomas. A little bit different for the West style, and the Thomas is the normal dummy half, so that could get change their gear a little bit there, because Thomas is such a clever player from dummy half, and he's standing wide for West.
And he's been one of the form hookers in the competition so far this year, Joey Thomas. In fact, he was very close to State of Origin selection this year.
Kiss. Adrian Toole. They've got some great workers in this pack. North Sydney never let down by Toole or Jarvis and Fennick. 46 tackles overall for the Bears, only 3 behind the Magpies. The Bears have so much the better in the opposition half, though. 19-3. Florimer, driving torpedo kick that will be too deep. So 22 metres will be the restart.
Speaking about that North's possession in the opposition half, as we see a change go on, Cameron Blair comes back onto the field to replace Ronnie Gibbs. North's last week against Canberra had a lot of opportunities to score tries. They didn't take them. They had tremendous field position, and that seems to be a problem with North Sydney side through most of this season, is converting opportunities and field position into points.
So Gibbs replaced. He had made 1 tackle and taken the ball up. Only the one occasion. Another great tackle from Fennick on Brett. He can bring off some super hits that can lift his side, Fennick.
He lines them up and blasts them.
Yeah, he always seems to do it too when they're in a bit of trouble, Bill, to try and lift this team.
He sure does, and there's nothing that can lift the team more than someone driving in with a tackle like that. It just makes everyone feel as if they can go on with a job.
Locked together going into this game on 22 Winfield Cup points. There's virtually nothing between these sides, as our stats showed at the start of the game. As far as tries are concerned, the Magpies have scored 1 better this year, 43 against North's 42. Conlon made the first break for the first try of the game. The Bears leading by 2 here at North Sydney Oval. Larson, super season for him, making his way to the Queensland State of Origin side. Mr. Consistency for North Sydney. Toole. North's control of the ball is good. Soden finding the gap between Devine and also Simons. Devine tempted to let that one go, it won't. So what a great game here for North Sydney. Now, West are struggling to get back. There's only 2 players back there to assist Devine.
Yeah, that was the perfect kick. If you could wish for a kick downfield, that would be the one. A metre in from the end goal, and they had about 6 or 7 chases there. Tremendous enthusiasm from North Sydney.
Graham Wynn stepping up the middle, taken by Larson. Now Larson copped an elbow from Wynn, who was trying to swing his arm free to get up and play it. Thomas cleverly back to Flanagan. Good play from West to get over halfway. Their counter-attack has been excellent anytime they've been under pressure from Norths. Blair, it might have looked untidy, but he got it back. Now Jackson, similarly with a kick. Midfield bomb, Wilson allows it to bounce, and bounce dangerously. Now he's taken by Ainscow. He had a lot of time to get under that. But he wished to let it bounce.
It was good work in the first place by Western Suburbs to get that ball away. It was the last tackle. They had to get rid of it or risk the turnover, but Scott Wilson flirting with danger there by letting the ball bounce.
Soden Happy to do the front rower's job and just settle it down. The handling error is just against Western Suburbs. One of those for them, unfortunately, leading to a try. David Hall to the outside of Casado. Hog-tied and thrown to ground.
Yeah, they elected to run that on the last tackle. They thought they could get around Casado there and make a big break downfield, but it didn't eventuate.
Flanagan.
It's cost them 30 or 40 metres.
First time they really haven't kicked or kicked well, Norths. Now Blair. Midfield and 32 metres away from the North Sydney line. Darren Brett will take it up, but he'll go alone. No support. Lytton to Taylor. Taylor up the middle. Awful defence. What an effort from Taylor, still stepping his way through. No one at home up the middle. Now Devine from dummy half. They've got one more tackle. Thomas to the in goal. It will be too strong. Now North Sydney are trying to get underway pretty quickly, and West are all offside. McCallum is going to get them. Brings up an interesting point about whether, in fact, with some of these situations, if a referee really should settle play down, when both teams are in the in goal, it is just a race back to the 22. Should they wait for the defence to get back and settle?
No, I think it's a mental test, really, and whoever can face up quickly after that sort of situation should take the advantage, and North Sydney took the advantage then because they forced the penalty.
Bill, do you think it should be an advantage there for a side?
I think they've got to go the way they are, the referees, because you'd find a situation late in the match where a team that was in front coming back in defence just take their time. You know, they'd take up 2 or 3 minutes to get there. Yep,
fair point too. Soden. So the halfback's making a couple of great runs here, and Soden's still going. The North Sydney fans trying to get behind their side as they spread it. Two won the penalties for the Bears. Now Fennick looking to unload. No big pardons from Joe Thomas.
Both of these sides use a marker system where the markers just split and go either side, and there are holes up the middle, and they're both finding them.
Flanagan will be penalised now by McCallum for staying in amongst the play the ball, and Fennick and Thomas exchange a few words here. I said that Thomas was giving him no big pardons in the tackle, and Fennick was looking daggers when he got up, and he really did milk it well for a penalty.
You can tell that Mario Fennick has played a lot of first-grade football. As you mentioned, he milked it, and the experience came out then. He could have easily stepped back a fraction to play the ball quickly, but he wanted to get the penalty, and he certainly did.
The crowd just quiet for a moment as they wait for this Halligan kick.
They always give the hometown kicker every chance.
Any visiting team really shouldn't give this man too many chances. Great goal from the sideline already for Halligan. And 3 from 3. Great study of concentration. Again trying to bring it around. Those touch judges haven't moved. That one never varied from the black dot. It is now 16-12, the Bears over the Magpies. It is simply the Bears at the moment. As far as the goal kickers are concerned, 6 attempts today so far, 4 from Halligan, 4 out of 4, and 2 out of 2 for Taylor. Graham Wynn with a brief chat to Greg McCallum.
Progress scores on the ground. Balmain 16, Cronulla 6, Canberra 10, Parramatta 2, South 10 with a kick to come, Illawarra 4, and Penrith 18, Newcastle 6.
Larson straight into Flanagan. North's looking for The psychological advantage before half-time as we go inside the last 5.
When you consider that these two sides are in the top 3, it's unusual to see so many tries scored in the first half of a match so close to the end of the season. It indicates that both sides have still got some problems they've got to try and sort out leading up to the semi-finals, and it is a pressure game.
Toole went across him, also across Hall. Good, clever cut-out passes. Now Conlon throws a dummy. Now he gets it back to Florimo. Ball is clear, picked up beautifully by Ray. Across to Halligan. Oh, great rugby league, great cover defence. One more tackle left there on the rack. West numbers for North. The Magpies are all offside. Now, did McCallum play the advantage or not? Wynn's got it. Well, it should have been a penalty to North Sydney. They were miles offside behind his back. They never even went back to the line. I thought he was playing the advantage.
Yeah, the referee obviously looking the other way, but it raises the issue once again of do the referees need some assistance on the field?
Yeah, they do, and let's say it again. More power to the touch judges. Plenty of wounded for Western Suburbs. Devine and Wynn. They're down to 11 for a moment. Fortunately for the Magpies, they have possession. Thomas. Last tackle now. Taylor. Along the deck. Wilson stepping, and he steps well. Now he will try and stay away from the sideline.
Time ticking away till half-time, and Warren Ryan was obviously going to have a stern word to these backs.
Well, there's problems, Wayne, because they still have the injured Wynn and Devine. Devine is hobbling, trying to get back into his fullback position. He can't make it. Seemingly a bad knee injury. Now Tony Ray to Soden. He gets bounced down by Wynn, who was injured. Now he's back to his feet. Les Kiss across the paddock, throwing the dummy. Jarvis to Florimo, stepping. Right in front of the post, they might even think about 1 point. Tony Ray looks to his left. No, they still think about 4. Conlon, quick hands, beautiful hands from Wilson. He loses it, and Devine is into the action. Frantic football.
Great emphasis on attack in this game. Defence seems to have gone out the window, which had alarmed both coaches, but it's great to watch.
Yeah, Bill, Western Suburbs, as we see Devine off the field there, Western Suburbs in a lot of disarray out wide in defence, Bill.
Well, they're being caught out in a lot of areas, both sides. I think the market offence is pretty ordinary from both the Magpies and the Bears, but Norths have got that advantage out wide, Wayne, and they are playing to it.
So plenty of action in this one, and plenty of action next week on our MMI Big Game as we stretch it to 2 hours, the most comprehensive coverage of rugby league there is in the game. We'll be bringing you the Manly West clash, and also plenty of action, plenty of highlights out of the vital one for Canberra as they line up against the Brisbane Broncos. All that from round 18 right through now until the grand final, of course. And you'll see all the matches and the stretching in that 2-hour telecast, especially keeping in mind the semi-final action. As Devine, he's stretched it off here.
For West, number 1, Sean Devine, replaced by number 6, Ivan Henjak.
So a couple of hurdles now for Western Suburbs to climb over. Ivan Henjak, the skipper, who was supposed to start at 5'8", now gets out there as a fullback.
That might be bombs away.
He is only a short man. Might very well be the case. Norths applying all the pressure in the last 5 before half-time. West doing well to hang on. McPhail. It's been a characteristic of the Magpies right throughout the season. And their coach Warren Ryan that they have hung in there late in a few games. Now they think about one Norths. Unsuccessful, but they have hung in on a few occasions this year to get home right on the bell, the Magpies.
And by his own admission, Warren Ryan reckons that the Magpies are in a winning slump. He believes they've won 4 on the trot, but they haven't been playing all that well, and they'll need to improve their act if they're going to win this match and improve in the second half.
That was the attempt from Soden. Looks as though it might have just caught the top of the upright and gone away to the side. Liddon. So they did well, West, to hang in there just before half-time as Norths had a couple of good chances. But the Bears fans are happy. They have their noses in front. And that is all important because they are looking towards a chance here today to stay in the top 3. At half-time, the Bears 16, Western Suburbs 12. Welcome back to North Sydney Oval, where the sun has decided to disappear on us as the clouds move in. And this game very evenly poised. Magpies' #1 supporter is taking time out. Not a bad judge. Positioning himself right alongside the North Sydney Cheergirls. Just waiting for the players to come back from half-time. Be interesting to get a crowd figure shortly. The ground record here of 19,500. The North skipper Tony Ray coming back after listening to his coach Steve Martin. Interesting to see also if the Bears can go on with it. It has been quite a year for them, but today could really be the difference. They still walk a bit of an edge. All the teams are living on the edge too in this Winfield Cup, with about 8 and 9 sides still in contention for the top 5. As far as the Magpies are concerned, they had a couple of injury problems before the break. There might be a couple of changes to their lineup. Cameron Blair got out there before half-time off the bench. Last man out, the referee Greg McCallum. Joey Thomas was the skipper at the start of the match, but now I wonder if Henjack is going to go back out there. He's probably gone back to the bench. North Sydney with this 4-point lead here at the start of the second half. Lead has changed a couple of times. Wests were forced to make the most number of tackles in that first half. North's only the 92. Fail with 14 along with Adrian Toole. Flanagan with 17 for West, 15 from Steve Jackson out of 100. For West, the most important 40 minutes of this 1991 season ahead of them as Larson brings it back. Adrian Toole was busy amongst the forwards, taking it up on 12 occasions. Darren Britt with 10 for Western Suburbs. Adrian Toole makes it 13 straight away from the second half. Bill, what was said at half-time?
Well, obviously Warren Ryan was concerned about the injuries, but he's got Devine and Wynn back, but he's watching them very cautiously. He was also worried about the senseless penalties, and there were a few of those in that first half, but he thinks they've got the right game plan. They're going to continue to keep turning the ball back up the middle. Steve Martin, he wants his side to persist with the kick and chase game, but he also wants to look down the edges of the field. He knows they've got a pace advantage. They'll use it as soon as they get an opportunity.
Simons now. Casado back to work amongst the forwards. Good step on hands and knees. He's trying to get near the halfway line. Graham Wynn dummied on the inside, beat the tackle of Fennick. Now Cameron Blair had plenty of room to get some steam up and a quick play of the ball. Taylor cutting out. Casado to Britt. Britt gets a good ball away to Lytton. Lytton put it down. He was into the open. Now Kiss.
Yeah, that set of tackles, Graham, indicated just how well Western Suburbs do the basics when they apply themselves. They're very good at getting that roll on over the advantage line, and that's exactly what they did, and that's what they've got to stick to try and push this North Sydney forward, this North Sydney side back.
Fennick. Norths with Soden behind the line for the kick. Just what Steve Martin had said. Bill Anderson expressed, and plenty of good chasing from McPhail and Larson. 12 metres out from his own line.
Yeah, much better chasing game from North Sydney than we've seen from Western Suburbs in this match, and you wonder about enthusiasm. If that's any indication of enthusiasm, then North Sydney are a lot more enthusiastic in this match than Western Suburbs have been.
A couple of times West have scored on counter-attack, and that was from their own side of halfway as well. Now Casado spending a lot of time in the forwards. Not a big Western Suburbs backline set. Taylor with the kick on the last, down for Wilson. Nice take on the run. Wrapped up by Ainscoe. Halligan. Fail stepping up the middle. No doubt interesting onlookers for this game will be Manly, who won last night against the Gold Coast. And hold second spot. Now David Hall with a little bit of pace. Does well to stay in the field of play. Long pass to Fennick. McPhail. Florimo straightening. Back to McPhail. He goes without. Knocked on. Western Suburbs have it.
Yeah, Greg Florimo there on the edge of the ruck, looking very dangerous. He's the man that Western Suburbs need to contain. He's the guy that's set to explode out there on the edges. As far as Western Suburbs are concerned, they've just got to, as I said before, stick to the basics, try and cut out the flair in their game and control the errors, which they haven't done just here.
Little knock on against Flanagan, but were West impeded again in this play of the ball. Well, Blair's trying to get up. His back leg catches the ball. There was a knock on, but once again there was plenty of hands and people pushing Blair as he was trying to get up and play it.
Yeah, it's a real problem area in rugby league, that play the ball, particularly in games where you're trying to increase the speed of the game by playing the ball quickly.
Florimo. Halligan. Kiss. Now just outside the 22. Norths raiding away through the back line. Larson. Now both sides of the ruck, there's a chance for Norths. They go left to Jarvis. One more tackle for the Bears, and they're 12 metres away from the West line, and the Magpies way offside out wide. They were standing up in line with the play of the ball. Bombs away near the post. Devine takes it beautifully. Now Devine was stretched off before half-time. What was the report on his injury, Bill?
He missed a tackle and his knees seemed to lock up on him, and so they had to cart him off. But at half-time they've worked on it. He's back there. They're keeping their eye on him, but that was the problem. Apparently the knee just locked up, but he's got freedom in it now.
So they get it away from the 22, the Magpies. Fennick tried to rake it back in the play. The ball, 6 more. Good run from Cameron Blair. And a good roll on from West Liddon. Great surge from him to near halfway. Confident passage from the Magpies. Thomas to Flanagan. Not such a good ball back, a bit of a mess. Now, Tony Ray tripped him. He stuck out a boot, McCallum said, and he's been penalised. On the chase here, Ray, no doubt about the fact the boot was stuck out.
I think Tony Ray pleading to the referee that it was the hard pitch and he slipped over, but I think you'd be easier pleading insanity.
Andrew Farah for the sideline. You'll get a laugh out of it when he looks back at the replay. Taylor to Farah. He hasn't had too many opportunities in attack. 16-12, the Bears over the Magpies. Just trying to hold the man down in the tackle, Norse, trying to get their defence settled. Taylor looking for a run of Liddon. And ruled forward by McCallum. He can't believe it.
Definitely forward, Graham. It was a planned move. They'd worked for it. They had it set. Once again, a planned move that went wrong. Jason Liddon Oh, just offside. There wasn't much in it.
Your eyes are all right, are they? Or
There wasn't much in it, that's for sure.
you must have good eyes after that one. McCallum was in a good position to call. Now, Les Kiss grabbing his head here, claiming that Graham Wynn had stomped on him. Still down, grabbing his head. Wynn getting off him. He does catch a boot, but whether it was met or not is another thing. Adrian Toole continues to cart it up. Soden. Ball was touched. I don't think Ainscough was aware that the call came so quick from McCallum.
And once again, a superb chasing game from North Sydney. They've put Western Suburbs right down inside their own 22.
The Magpies looking for another big play. Flanagan staying on the short side of the field for Cameron Blair.
Cameron Blair's been most impressive since he's come on. He's had a checkered year this year through injury, but he's made the most of every opportunity so far in this match.
A former Western Suburbs captain. Taylor. Good strong kick. Over the head of Wilson. Just a couple of Magpies down there on him. He can't get to the side of Jackson.
That's a much better chasing game from Western Suburbs as well, and that's the sort of thing that they forced an error.
Just what West need. Simon's now with it near the sideline. Quickly to his feet. Fennick puts him down again. 6 more tackles. Britt hits it and heads away towards the posts. Some sloppy play of the balls. A lot of interference from both sides in that area. Taylor. The in-passing continues also from West. Taylor looking for support. There was none there for him. 10 metres out from the North Sydney line. West need to score. They need 4 points to lock it up again. Knocked down by North. They'll get 6 more tackles. Can the Bears hang on here?
Watch for Jason Taylor's stepping game here in this set of 6 too. If you get support, he's very, very dangerous with that big step.
He rushes to first man off the ruck. Barking out some instructions. Now Blair on the inside. Blair only 3 or 4 metres out. West stack the left-hand side. Taylor, short ball, Lytton. Lytton gets it back to Thomas, but excellent defence. Flanagan pushing the pass out. Taylor, now Lytton shows the ball. Desperate stuff from North, desperate attack from West. Last tackle. The Magpies, they've tried around the ruck, now they go wide. Casado to the end goal, not a good kick, easily tied it up by Soden.
A tremendous scrambling defence there from North Sydney. Western Suburbs put a lot of pressure on them. They had the ball there for about 11 straight tackles, but couldn't break through because North Sydney worked very hard in that scrambling defensive area.
Conlon now. McPhail. He was allowed to run. They stood back the West defence. Jarvis now will play it on the last tackle. Switch of play for Wilson. To pick his mark with the kick. A good roll for the Bears, not so good for West. Simons taken by Larson. The Magpies forced an error from Norths down the other end. Now the Bears will put enough pressure on here to try and come up with the ball as well. Farah. They lead by 4, North Sydney. Jackson gets a ball back for Simons to half volley nicely. Taylor. That was a hard pass. The defence was waiting for the runners, and he fired it out strongly. Florimo straightens. Wilson into the back line. Norths lifting their game. Ray getting it back to Soden to duck and stand clear. Jarvis, the passing continues. Adrian Toole, straight up the middle and nearly through. The Bears hung on, now the Magpies have to. Fennick. Another player slips. Florimo will play it just inside the 22. Kiss. Soden has been staying in behind the ruck. He might still be thinking about a field goal. McPhail gets it now. On the last. They want the try. Kick down, picked up by Soden. It wasn't attacked, the ball though. No charge down. The end of the 6 tackles and the handover. Flanagan taken. A tired-looking Western Suburbs unit. A lot of players bending, hands on knees. They're bunched, the Magpies. They need a big run from somebody right here and now.
Yeah, they look a little bit flat. They've had trouble in this match working out of their own territory. As we see there with Darren Britt, they haven't been running with support, and that's where they've struggled.
Jackson. Joe Thomas is in trouble. He's off with the trainer, back down near the in goal. And Wes, late in the tackle count, looking for a kick. One more now. Off the side of the boot of Taylor to the open side of the field, and Les Kiss. Taken right near halfway. The Bears, of course, today missing the services. The 5'8" Peter Jackson, who will be in the test team next Wednesday night. He's sidelined with Bill.
Pete, most players in your position here on the sideline with me tell me this is the toughest place to be. How are you finding it?
Oh, mate, I'm a nervous wreck. I'm shattered at the moment. Yeah, it's really tough sitting on the sidelines. It's so close to this game.
It's been a game where the pace of it has obviously indicated the importance that both coaches have placed on it.
Yeah, well, this is, we talked during the week, this is our most important game of the year we've decided today. And Joey Thomas has just come off for West, so I think that's a big bonus for us because he's been causing us a lot of problems.
Well, I'll let you go back and suffer, and good luck on Wednesday night in that test match. I know you're looking forward to it.
Thanks, Bill.
Good luck to all the Australians in that second test against New Zealand. Concern for the Western Suburbs coaching staff with Joe Thomas off. Bobby Lindner there standing alongside Paul Langmack, also Tony Rampling. Plenty of talent there, injured at the moment.
And the good news for Western Suburbs is that, as we see Ronnie Gibbs on the field there, the good news for Western Suburbs is that those players, Lindner, Langmack, and in fact Russell Wire, will all be back before the semi-finals, if they can get that far.
Now McCallum talking to Farah and Ray. Seemingly Andrew Farah taking over as captain in the absence of Joe Thomas.
Well, he's an experienced player, Andrew Farah. He's actually got a good, cool head on his shoulders. He won't be pressured or panicked by any situation in this match.
Tough call for Warren Ryan, Graham, isn't it? At what point he's going to put Ivan Henjak on? If he's concerned about his defence, he can't let him go on and miss a vital tackle because that'll put the game out of reach. But he needs a little bit of attack, a little bit of spark too, and Henjak could give him that.
How would you play it?
I'd hang on for a moment. I wouldn't be inclined to put him on yet. I think I'd just keep boring away and upsetting North's rhythm and then play it by ear in, say, the last 15 or 12 minutes.
Real semi-final football at North Sydney Oval. The Bears have the scrum 6-3. Now back it goes to Taylor. Wilson away from Gibbs. The missed tackle situation is pretty close as well.
Yeah, all the barometers in this match are very close. The handling errors, the missed tackles, and the scoreboard's still fairly close as well.
There was nothing in it in the first round. The Bears getting home 18-15. Adrian Toole.
He's made the most of every opportunity in this match. He's played a fair bit of reserve grade this year, but he's grabbed this opportunity and made the most of it.
Ball comes loose. Crowd calling on Greg McCallum to signal 6 more. Well, it was in a tackle. West never played out the ball at all.
Western Suburbs must play at the ball for the ruled 6 again.
Straight to Devine. Getting close to midway through this second half. (16-12) to Norths. Strong defence from McPhail on Britt. Now Cameron Blair. He's come up with some good runs for Western Suburbs.
Yeah, once again, he runs very low to the ground and ducks under many tackles, and almost every time he touches the ball, he gains 5, 6, 10 metres.
Midfield bomb from Taylor. Both sides sweating on a mistake. Now it might be Norths who have coughed up the vital one. 6 more tackles for West. So a variation in the kick from Western Suburbs. Darren Britt wide off Taylor. Farah tries to show the way up the middle. He nearly got to unload to Flanagan. Taylor, Lytton will score his second. That is not unlike his first try. A simple ball from Taylor. He just ploughed straight through. Determined running, but nobody home. The MMI replay, the gap was found out and he ran beautifully to it. Vanek was off balance, so was the cover, nobody there.
Yeah, determined running here from Jason Lytton, that's all it was. That combined with an unusually poor defensive effort by Mario Fennick and Gary Larson there. 2 of the best defenders in the North Sydney side. Jason Lytton goes straight between them. Bayham will try.
We're locked together now because it was a good run from Lytton, who hasn't shirked any work for this Western Suburbs side. Wearing 13, but he was starting this game at 5'8". So much better now and a happier Western Suburbs camp. North seem to be starting to get on top. They seem to be in control, now they're not. Two from 2 for Taylor. And he makes it 100% again. It is 18-16. Well, both supporters would have to be happy with the effort from both sides. Now the Magpies think they've got it. The chant going up around Bear Park for the Western Suburbs side. Bears supporters starting to get involved as well to lift their team. They look as though we're set for a fantastic finish to this one. In 42, you saw Angelo Alavanya is out there for Western Suburbs.
Once again, Graham, the problem emerging for North Sydney in this match is that they can dominate field possession, but they have trouble converting that field possession into points. I mean, they're behind on the scoreboard 18 points to 16, but they've also had 3 tries conceded against them. They've only been able to score 2 tries with all that field position.
The confidence starting to show for the Magpies. A little bit of a roll for them. Devine off the side of the boot, but he'll be happy. Over the sideline for about a 22-metre gain. The Magpie supporters still behind this side. Difficult first half for them. Some injuries to some key players.
Let's go!
Les Kiss. Nearly on the break from the scrum. Being monstered a little by Graham Wynn in the play of the ball. Now Jarvis upended. Soden was finished off after he passed it by Ronnie Gibbs. Fennick back for Ray. Jarvis to Toole. A lot more enthusiasm from Wes. Soden getting the kick in and just beating a diving Ron Gibbs. It was some mistakes from North that got them into trouble. Casado nearly got through the line there. Cameron Blair, big second half from the back rower.
Yeah, every time he's run the ball in this second half, he's made yardage, and he's laying a strong claim to a permanent first-grade spot.
Darren Brett on the inside for Gibbs. Taylor orchestrating from the back with the kick. Wilson is going to try and let it go dead. It does. Back we come to the 22 for a quick restart for Norths. Ducking and weaving, Soden gets it out beautifully to Halligan, and he's taken in a great copybook tackle by Casado. The lead has chopped and changed, and now it's North's turn. They feel they're the ones that have got to hit straight back, and they must now. Kiss! Taken by Taylor.
If they're going to hit back, Greg Florimo's the man that's probably going to carry their hopes. He's their best attacking player. He's got to get totally involved and attempt things on his own.
Jarvis will play it 40 metres out. Soden has tried everything. Now he finds Larson. Larson kicks ahead, chasing his own kick to the sideline. He will find it too. A metre out. The scrum will come back though, and back down 5 out from the line. Kicking and chasing, trying to keep it in play, I think, at first though. Trying to trap Devine down near the corner. Now, Henjack goes back out there for Wes, and Devine is off.
And Henjack, the regular skipper of this side, will certainly add a cool head under pressure. As I said, Andrew Farrow does. Ivan Henjack's got just as much experience and is a very good organiser around the rucks.
He might find a couple of holes too up the middle. Some tired forwards might be there.
Yeah, very dangerous attacking player.
Cameron Blair. Now Lytton. Great pass around the back for Simons, but he put it down. So North with a feed in Western Suburbs territory.
But Jason Lytton there on the burst again, creating problems. He's really come of age this year. In fact, he was close to their best last week. The boy from Junior Diesels. And there we see Pat Jarvis limping off. He'll be a loss for North Sydney. He toils very hard in the centre of the ruck.
He's replaced by David Alexander, who was in 40. Florimo to Hall. Lytton with a fine tackle. Florimo. Good footwork. Fennick pushing it back for Ray. Soden out to Hall into the clear. Now Conlon trying to get on the outside. Now inside. Kiss. Does Kiss get it down? Yes. Just how many times is this score going to change hands? 1 minute you think West had it. Now the Bears. On the MMI replay, keeping the ball alive, North Sydney. A big gap outside Henjack, and Hall went through. Conlon tried to match it, then he went back near the inside. Out wide, taking it well is Kiss. It's taking him a long time to score his first try this year. He gets a double.
And it started again with Mario Fenech keeping the ball alive. He pops it back to the open side of the field. David Hall positions himself into a gap outside Ivan Henjak, who's only just come on. He shows a clean pair of heels here too, very, very quickly. Les Kiss does extremely well, catches the ball that's low down and goes over for the try.
Les Kiss, former Kangaroo. 2 on his back and he's got 2 tries.
Warren Ryan's worst fears were realised when they got outside Henjak.
The gap was there, Bill, and away they went.
That was it.
Now Halligan. As Andrew Farah tells his side, we can still do it. I wonder who's captain. Henjak was listed for the start of the game. Now 4 from 4 for Halligan. It's 100% all round in the goal-kicking stakes today at North Sydney Oval. Halligan. Remarkable stuff. Oh, this is whetting the appetite for the semi-finals in August and September, 22-18. The Bears fans, fingers crossed, toes crossed. They've got the lead back. Warren Ryan needs to grab some tries. Larson. It has been a tough match. Really like a semi-final, Bill. It's been interesting right from the start to really watch the tactics. The coaches have been so heavily involved in this one from the start with changes to their lineups.
It's been a game of chess, and judicious changes have been the order of the day, but these sides have snuck home in a lot of close ones. I don't think they'll both do that here today with a draw and get a point out of it. One of them's going to come away from this one with an easy run into the semis.
One of the toughest, one of the best games of 1991 going down to the wire. In front of a packed house. Both sides searching for some of their best, clawing their way through every tackle, knowing that the loser today will drop out of the top 3 and be in danger for the 5 with a difficult draw ahead. Both these sides have tough draws. Ainscough, 22-18.
Plenty of urgency in this Western Suburbs attack now. Play the balls, despite being so late on in a match, the play the balls are still very quick and they're trying things, particularly with Ivan Henjak out there.
West kicking through Farah. Now Halligan. What a goal-kicking effort from him. They lead by 4, North Sydney, and he's driven 2 down the middle from right out on the chalk.
Yeah, forget about his goal kicking. What about his general play? Again today in general play, he's been finishing superbly, as he has done all season. He's had a great year, first year in league.
Fenech. To Larson. The dummy. Now to Florimo. Taken by Farah and Gibbs. There's Kiss. Now to Soden. To Simons. Bill, you want to talk about the modern game as well. The impact of players from the bench. We've got Kiss, who's come up with a double. Cameron Blair, who's played tremendously well for West, and they've come from the bench and weren't in the starting sides.
I can hardly believe the shift that's taken place in rugby league in the last 3 or 4 months. No longer is it defence orientated, and teams like St George are showing that you can lose on the stat sheet. You can lose technically, most drop balls, most missed tackles and so on. But if you've got strike power out wide, you can still win the football game. That's the way the game's starting to develop in the 90s.
Right on halfway, Cameron Blair. Taylor, short ball for Linton. Trying to find the best player in this game for our MMI man of the match will not be an easy task. Taylor, he wants another midfield bomb. It worked last time. This time, West will be penalised for putting pressure on North before the ball came into play. The shoulder charge here being used by Graham Wynn, I think, was the call from McCallum. Just putting the shoulder into Halligan.
Ladies and gentlemen, the request is ground
32 out. Great crowd here at North Sydney Oval, but they failed to beat the ground record by 273. Alexander straight up the middle. That's the job that Jarvis was doing. That's the job that he was asked when he replaced him. McPhail put down. The ball was forward. Could very well have been a penalty to West. Deliberately thrown forward to a player in an offside position.
Yeah, McPhail wasn't expecting it. I don't think he was intended to get it either.
Spectacular stuff, but Soden had been overrun. Line ball, whether it should have been a penalty, then Gibbs just made sure he went without it. Western Suburbs. Is it their turn? Graham Wynn. Ron Gibbs. They had a bit of an overlap, but they couldn't get it out there in the right fashion. Norths with the all-important scrum feed.
We saw in yesterday's match, Graham, that games are won and lost right up until that full-time siren, and it's no different here today. I mean, there's 4 points in the scoreline at the moment. Western Suburbs won't be out of this until the final siren sounded.
We remind you, it's 22-18, and we also remind you as this competition hots up towards the semi-finals, the MMI big game will now be a 2-hour coverage as from next Sunday. So 6:30 to 8:30 for the most comprehensive coverage in the game. Les Kiss, right in midfield, taking his time to play it. Adrian Toole. You can look for some heroes aplenty here at North Sydney Oval in both sides. Alexander. Down to the last 5 minutes. Soden hit high by Gibbs, but he bounced out of it. Now Soden, he tries a bomb. Right near the posts. Now Casado wasn't in the in-goal area. He was trying to suggest to McCallum that he took that in the in-goal. It should have been back to the 22, according to him. McCallum wouldn't wear it.
He definitely caught that ball in the field of play, and then he took a step there over the touchline into the in-goal area, but the ball was actually taken in the field of play.
Never believe a footballer.
The con job didn't work.
Particularly when you're behind on the scoreboard.
157 tackles. Wests have just led as far as the overall possession is concerned. Soden. He hasn't let his opportunity slip today, standing in for Jason Martin. 56 tackles in the opposition half for the Bears. A lot more than Western Suburbs.
North shouldn't think about a field goal here. The 1 point's not going to help them much. West will stay in touch. What they've got to do is play for field position. Play out 5, just keep putting the ball in goal. That's what they didn't need.
An easy put down by Alexander. West. No, they've got to get wide. Got to keep it alive. Taylor to Farah. Farah taken by Toole. Taylor again, trying to get them started. Great defence from Conlon on Casado. 22-18, these tackles are hurting as much at the finish as they did at the start. Darren Brett with a knock on. Just what Norths want now.
It's a tough situation to be in, Graham, when you're behind with only a few minutes to go on the scoreboard. You've got to take chances, but then again, you can't afford to take too many risky chances that result in drop balls and bad passes such as that. It's a calculated gamble that you've got to take, and one that Warren Ryan wouldn't like to be making if he was out there on the field either.
Not a good-looking scrum, but Norths get the result they want. Florimo. About 3 minutes remaining. Les Kiss up the middle. Norths are at the right end of the park. Alexander. He makes sure of it this time.
Yeah, band-aid football from North Sydney at the moment. First aid stuff. They're just playing very much safety first.
Not on this occasion as they go very wide to Hall. Hall tried to get it back on the inside. It'll be off Western Suburbs, and Norths will have the feed. Getting it out to Hall. He's looking on the inside. And the ball seemingly coming off Ainscough.
Yeah, they took the risk there, tried to push the ball back on the inside, and luckily for North Sydney it came off a Western Suburbs player, otherwise they would have conceded possession.
West need the ball. Time running out. 8 metres away, Florimo a dummy half. 4 points in it. 2 minutes to go. Adrian Toole. Trying for his own power. West drag him over the line cleverly to try and hold him up. West used it. They had control of him, so they just took him into the in goal so that they could get the scrum feed and a chance at possession. This is it. The Magpies looking down the barrel. They're dropping out of the top three. It was left to the last minute by St George against Brisbane.
They're a little bit closer to the opposition try line than West are.
Stole my next few words, Bill. But West still throwing everything into it. Tremendous effort from both these sides. Farah with a long cutout. They were away for a bit of a rush and Casado put it down. That looks like it will be it. 60 seconds remaining and Casado was away with support outside.
And the reason they had the overlap was because Daryl Halligan was playing back in a like a second fullback role, obviously anticipating some sort of break being made.
Soden. The Bears should just finish in possession. Fennick. He knows how much time is left on the clock. In the first round, the Bears won 18-15. It was 3 points that got them home. With time almost up, they have a 4-point lead, 22-18. Florimo. Killing time. Wilson.
Squeezing every last second out of this clock.
Right down to the last drop. Steve Martin stays in the top three, his team. Great effort from both sides, as we keep saying. Tremendous match here at North Sydney Oval in front of 19,000 fans. So many good players on either side. And a hint of things to come maybe for the semi-finals. Wilson and Kiss were the try scorers for North. Kiss got a double. Halligan, 5 out of 5. Simons, a try. Litton, a double also for West, the try scorers. Taylor, 3 from 3. 22 points to 18.